Hope you all are enjoying the new patch 3.0 with the Chaos Dwarfs. I'm recording this in early access, but you'll see it after the patch comes live, as I'm taking this weekend off to spend some quality time with my beautiful, wonderful fiancé. And so I wanted to get some non-Chaos Dwarfs related content to show you guys. Let's take a look at Greenskins versus Skaven today. I want to talk about some of the changes in 3.0. I might have done a patch notes stream or video by now separately, but regardless, one of the best changes, most hilarious changes by far, is the rework to pump wagons. So pump wagons now have 12 unit models. Their HP overall I don't think changed that much, which means each unit model now has significantly less HP, obviously. They were at 3 before. They also, I think, fixed an issue with their collision damage. I'm not really sure, but regardless, and now have a lot of unit models, and yeah, 12 unit models. These flappas as well with the extra speed and charge bonus are quite cheap. They've got Strider as well, and you can take quite a few of them. You can see here I've got 4 pump wagons at 12 models each. That is a lot. That's what, 48 pump wagons in total. We've got Azag up in the sky, also received a very significant buff. All Wyvern characters now have more HP. Azag's rocking a cool 7,000. He also gets access to his items now. They did fix that bug, although unfortunately Skullmucha still does not have his helmet, which is a bit sad, but he does now have the armor and Slaga's slashes. Well, I've also brought Spirit Leech and Purple Sun. Let's take a look at the rest of the build here. It's Wolf Rider Archers, Fighter Rider Archers, and Savage Boar Boys. We've got regular Orc Boar Boy Biggins. These are Biggins even. And for the Skaven, whoops, as I accidentally fast forward a little bit here, we're going to get in real quick on the approach. Flying Taco coming in with Queek Head Taker. He's got the Wheels of Doom, some Rat Ogres, Plague Monk Sensor Bears, 2 of them in the front line, 3 even with the ROR included. Looks like some Skaven Slave Slingers, Wolf Rats with Poison. Yeah, it's got an Eshin Sorcerer, so mostly fun build, but the Rat Ogres are definitely going to be strong. Might have mentioned, and I'm going to continue to mention, this is probably going to be the Monstrous Infantry meta patch, but anyway, let's get in close and watch as the Fanatics and the Flappas unleash themselves all over, and immediately the one unit that charged into the ROR Sensor Bears is going to deal significant damage, but also just take huge damage and immediately get routed off. Also going to throw down a little Purple Sun here in the center. Try and get some kills with Azag, try and clear out some of this chaff as well. And that is going to absolutely devastate the center of this, or the side of this Skaven formation. Rather, we're able to collapse a number of units, get a nice wall popping off, but the Doom Wheel, the Wheels of Doom even, and Taco's left flank have completely collapsed my right. And the pump wagons, it was a nice fire and forget tool, very cool, and the mass, I think, was able to do some pretty good damage, but they are still very squishy at the end of the day. That low HP per model and the low leadership means they can rout off very quickly, but at least we've got one unit still online here on the side, and plenty of boars. The Wolf and Spider Rider Archers also pouring in some fire at a distance, so nice to get some classic destruction horde factions clashing against each other. These two both sworn enemies of the Chaos Dwarfs, no doubts, but also sworn enemies to each other and to the Dwarfs, and it's just a nice, you know, endless war out there in the Badlands and the World's Edge Mountains. Gonna have to avoid Queek, though. Queek's a dangerous enough combatant that I don't want to just fight him in a straight-up fight with Azag, even with that extra HP, so we're just gonna fly away and Spirit Leech him. I've got a little bit of mobility left, some Flappas coming back here in the second wave. Hopefully we'll be able to get in and wreck some more of the Skaven infantry. But I'm a little bit worried about Queek and the Wheels of Doom here. There's also a nice density of Rat Ogres, so we're going to unleash the Fanatics once more. Fanatics versus Fanatics, in a way. You know, they're all very juiced up on various green things. If you stop to think about it for a minute, but yeah, the Wheels of Doom coming over to just shout another quick terror rout. Should get those goblets off the field very quickly. And Broken Tusk Mob also suffering from the terror issues. Azag also causing some good terror as well, but basically neck and neck right now. Both been trading very heavily, but I'm feeling pretty confident in that I have quite a few skirmish cavalry left. We can do some damage, especially like these Rat Ogres, and Azag should be able to cycle charge and Spirit Leech Queek to death. Wheels of Doom, if it's supported in the late game, could be a problem, but we'll see. As long as I can get rid of, like, these Wolf Rats and some of these other supporting units, like these Clan Rat Spears, should be in for a pretty good time, but let's see. Another Spirit Leech there on Queek. Azag drops in once again, straight into the Pit Fighters. Oof. Brutal bite right there. Takes a chunk out of that Rat Ogre, and he falls. Absolutely awesome. Azag has long been one of my favorite lords, ever since Total War Warhammer 1, to be honest. Just the voice acting, the lore of him, everything's amazing. Often been a staple of the Greenskins meta, and I do think he'll be one of the best picks, if not the best pick going forward. Given his mobility and HP now in the sky is very good. I mean, his health plus his speed makes him quite survivable, even though he doesn't have access to any kind of healing. In certain matchups, he might be a little bit more vulnerable, but certainly here against the Skaven, where they don't have any flying imps to challenge, Taco didn't really bring much to try and shoot him out of the sky. It's very safe to just flap around and try and Spirit Leech, but things are going a little bit sideways for me, I must admit. This density of these Blight Scabs Plague Pack, the Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep, just all the RORs here, the Wheels of Doom, plus the Wolf Rats. It's tough. Weeks also mixed in there. So I'm having to just kind of whittle them down over time. The Wheels of Doom also is counter-skirmishing my skirmish cavalry right now because, yes, Doom Wheel is the best missile cav in the game. Sometimes. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be tough for me to take that thing out, but we'll see. Meanwhile, the flap is over here on the side that I highlighted in the beginning. Are still contributing. These two units, I mean, they're only 650, right? So they're really not that expensive. They haven't quite paid for themselves in terms of raw damage yet, at least the one. This one's done a little bit better in terms of damage, but the other one certainly got a lot of numbers of kills, which is important, obviously, against Skaven to clear out all that chaff. But risky little dive there with Azag, try and see off those Rat Ogres, but fast forward a little bit as me and Taco kind of reform our ranks here. See, I've got a nice position, and I didn't realize how choked up into the corner we were. I think both of us were just so focused on the battle, we didn't realize how close we were to the white line here, but I'm going to just continue to Spirit Leech Queek down and kite, use the missiles of the Skirmish Cavalry a little bit, use the Fanatics as well, try and get a little bit of damage on the Plague Pack, see if we can't rout them off, but I guess a Tide of Goblins will also do just fine. Wheels of Doom still has a little bit of ammunition left, blasting away. I don't think can you even select fire at will on or off on that thing? I don't remember. It'd be good if it could potentially actually save its ammo. Also, I mean, it's a little bit janky, but if you fly around underneath like a flying lord, potentially the Doom Wheel can actually shoot the lord in the sky and do some pretty good damage to it. The Wheels of Doom in particular has a double shot, right? Those of you guys who are new to the Doom Wheel lore, the Wheels of Doom, you see, it has 2 projectiles there, so it does double the missile damage of a regular Doom Wheel. Icket Claw's Doom Wheel specifically is the best. It actually has a triple shot. But, yeah, here the Wheels of Doom is going to try its best to finish off Azag with the support of the Rat Ogres and everything else. Queek nearby is going to throw down that Trophy Heads, it looks like, or is that a something? Yeah, Brittlebone there, I guess, from the lore of Stealth. Significant melee defense debuff puts him down to just 16 melee defense. Absolutely devastating. But a Spirit Leech on Queek is also going to probably finish him off. He's a squishy little foot character without any spell resistance, so a Spirit Leech over time can do enough to wear him down. Skirmish Cav, and of course the Flap is moving in once again, so let's get in for a nice, glorious cinematic shot. Goblins here actually do manage to rout the Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep. And there's some Wolf Rats in here as well. We're going to charge in with the Wolf Riders, and the mounts that they're riding are literally like as big as the Wolf Rats. Kind of hilarious, but oh yes, this one unit of Clan Rat Spears just gets a nasty, brutal charge, and although they'll probably finish off both these units of Flappas, that's okay. Flappas have done plenty of damage at this point. And tactically, yeah, they actually, I take that back. They're able to rout off the Clan Rat Spears. I was mistaken. I guess one of the pump wagons did escape that situation. Flapping off to the hills. But with Queek down now, Spirit Leech gets turned onto the wheel itself. Pit Fighter is going to make one last charge in here. But the Stealth Bro is just being screened right now. I don't want him to go 2v1 with the Doom Wheel on Azag, obviously. That would be bad. Bad. Anyway, yeah, at this point I'm feeling pretty confident, despite the balance of power showing very much even. Sort of fraudulent due to the fact that the Eshin Sorcerer is still here and relatively healthy. But, I mean, one quick charge from Azag on him at the end should terrify him away. So let's go ahead and execute that maneuver. Just as the hat intended. Yes, indeed, Azag takes home the win there, and good game to Flying Taco was a fun one. It's definitely a wild one. Gotta respect a Queek pick. It's definitely way off meta. I think probably even Tretch is better right now, to be honest. Don't tell Queek I said that, but yeah, it was definitely a fun one. The Wheels of Doom caused me some troubles there. I don't know if it quite ended up paying for itself in the end. Raw damage, tactically, though, the terror routes were pretty nice. Queek obviously had a hard time, and likewise, the Flappas were a pretty good counter overall. I was able to nuke the Sensor Bearers pretty decently. I mean, they still got some numbers of kills against the goblins and stuff, but mostly ineffective. Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep, though, did very good, and I think especially, like, Monstrous Infantry that's either tanky or has... I think these guys have physical resistance, I forget. Just overall, Monstrous Infantry, I think, will be the way in this patch. We'll see, but definitely from the Greenskins side, I would expect to see some troll builds in the future. Like, not, you know what I mean, not literal troll builds, but, well, yes, literal troll builds, but not, yeah, anyway. Goblins trade pretty decently as well. Love the Skirmish Cav in this matchup, Greenskin Skirmish Cav. After playing so much Chaos Dwarfs, feels great because it's so cost-effective. Chaos Dwarfs, they have Skirmish Cav, but it's not wildly cost-effective without the fire synergy really popping off. It's really kind of lackluster in my opinion. But anyway, that's it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again. See you next time.